past administration, marami pa rin remnants na gumagawa ng mali eh. For example, doon po sa nangyari sa San Juan, Batangas, yung tao, wala namang bypass na nangyari eh. Basta binarin nila yung tao.
Pagka sinabi naman ng ating Pangulo ngayon that we do not recognize the ICC in the Philippines right now.
Invite the former president to enlighten us dun sa issue on the war on drugs, no? And maybe he can shed some information that will be of help, no, in the writing of the committee reports.
Pero nagiging probinsya na tayo ng China. Ito ba ay tinatawag na mind conditioning to all of us? There must be something on top that somehow controlled us.
Kayo nasa media, di po ba? And you have been members of the media even during the past administration. If we remember, ang centerpiece ng the past administration is the war on drugs. I think we agree on that. And the reason why it was the centerpiece because alam po nila na dahil sa drugs, maraming krimen na nangyari. Lahat ng karamihan ng krimen, it's connected to illegal drugs. Yun ang dahilan. After the administration, yung past administration, marami pa rin remnants na gumagawa ng mali eh. For example, doon po sa nangyari sa San Juan, Batangas, yung tao, wala namang bypass na nangyari eh. Basta binarin nila yung tao. That's extrajudicial killing. Doon sa akin sa Antipolo, nag-kidnap sila ng tao dahil itinuro lang ng isang asset nila. Yung bata, college student sa Fatima, nasira tuloy yung buhay niya dahil nakakulong. So, I think, kung titingnan po natin, lahat po nung aspeto ng mga committee na ito ay nag-originate doon po sa isa, yung sa illegal drugs. So, yun po ang dahilan kung bakit kami nag-isip na dapat a committee or a quad committee, ito na lang ang mag-hear nito para makorelate lahat. Ang hirap pong magtagpi eh, kung hiwa-hiwalay po kami. Marami pong salamat.
So yan, may second question po. What is your opinion? Anyone can answer naman po. What is your opinion on views that drug war victims can, the relatives of the drug war victims can use these proceedings for their complaints at the ICC? Do you prefer this po, or do you agree with this, or do you prefer that cases should be filed here locally first?
Okay, itong hearings natin ay public hearing, no? And since this is the nature is of public, because of public interest, therefore records of such hearings will be of out in the public. So anyone can use the transcript or maybe even records of the hearings, no? As to how they're going to use it, hindi ho namin sakop yun. If the ICC would want to use this, it's up to them, no? Kasi nga, public record na ito. Kung ano yun, kung makakatulong sa kanila o hindi makakatulong, it is up to them.
Actually, I made a statement that my hearing is domestic, no? We would like this to be heard para we could be able to resolve this domestically, no? I'm not going to allow the ICC to use the Committee on Human Rights. Oo. Para sabihin nila, ito ang pwede ng Committee on Human Rights. Let them investigate on their own. Oo. Sila. Sapagkat sinabi naman ng ating Pangulo ngayon that we do not recognize the ICC in the Philippines right now. So, it's up to them to investigate. But I am not going to allow the Committee on Human Rights to be used by the ICC for their own investigation.
Thank you, Gov. Billy Vegas from Abante Politico. You're recognized.
Kay Kong Abante lang po. Kung sabi nyo kanina, invite nyo si former President Duterte, how about, say, Senator Bato de la Rosa po?
Can you repeat the question, please?
I-invite nyo rin po ba si Senator Bato?
Yes, we are going to invite him. Definitely, we will.
Thank you. Jonathan Andal from GMA 7.
By the way, we're not inviting him because he's a senator, no? We're inviting him because he used to be the Director General in which libo-libo ang napatay. Kaya I just like to say this, no, ha? Sinasabi niya kasi na wala kaming karapatang mag-imbestiga. Meron kaming karapatang mag-imbestiga. He should have read even the rules of the Senate on that. You see, we're investigating him. We would like to invite him, not because he is a sitting senator, but because he was, during the time of the war on drugs, the Director General of the Philippine National Police. And under his stewardship, libo-libo ang napatay.
Good morning po, Jonathan Andal sa GMA News. Since dahil magiging Quadcom na po, mag-issue ba kayo ng bagong invitation kay former President Duterte signed by all four chair?
Yes, we will invite the former president to enlighten us dun sa issue on the war on drugs, no? And maybe he can shed some information that will be of help, no, in the writing of the committee report, especially dun sa remedial legislation na plano naming maging produkto nito, no? And his expertise, his wisdom will be appreciated by the Quadcom. Kaya kailangan naming marinig sa kanya mismo.
I understand yung initial reason ba't siya iimbitahe dahil sa war on drugs. Pero pag-uusapan din kasi sa Quadcom yung Pogo. May gusto ba kayong itanong sa dating Pangulo tungkol sa Pogo?
Well, basically, we have heard dun sa committee natin, no, that he issued Executive Order number 13 transferring the authority of CESA to conduct yung mga online gaming to PAGCOR. And because of this transfer of the power from CESA to PAGCOR, nag-proliferate yung mga illegal POGOs, considering all the criminal elements that we have seen, no? Ano yung rationale why this executive order was issued? But of course, meron di ba? But we have seen yung maraming elements sa drugs, sa POGOs, sa buying of properties, sa EJK, na a while ago we are trying to correlate each other. And sino yung pinagmula ng lahat ng ito? There must be something on top of everything. Hindi naman pumasok tong mga elementong to ng ganun lamang di ba? And probably this is the objective of this committee, to find out, di ba? Kasi aside from crafting the right bills na magiging batas, syempre yung ang pananagutan ng mga nagperpetrate nitong mga problems that we are now trying to solve.
Anong particular question po yung gusto nyong itanong kay former President Duterte tungkol sa Pogo, Congressman Tan?
Well, actually, siyempre, mahirap sagutin yung ngayon na sasabihin na namin kung ano katanungan. We will just go with the flow. We'll be inviting him to shed light on all the issues pertaining do sa issues ng public order and safety, na compromise ba yung ating national security, and yung narrative that we are gearing toward a certain and one specific country, and instead of trying to be impartial about everything in order to maximize yung benefits that we can get to those countries, those are the issues that we have to tackle. And there are common denominator that existed in all this problem that we have encountered. Isa lang ang common denominator. Sa buying of properties, mga corporations owned by Chinese. Yung mga drugs entered in our country, all Chinese. Yung POGOs, that we encountered a lot of criminal elements perpetrated by Chinese. Di ba? These are all connected. And because of this kind of interconnection, the implementation of all these orders, nagbunga noong mga extrajudicial killings. Di ba? That intertwined with drugs. Di ba? Kaya marami tayong dapat itanong na dapat maintindihan ng tao, dahil meron dito talagang yung pinuntahang isang pagpanig sa isang bansa at hindi pagpanig sa isang bansa. And I think the President is right on trying to put himself in a middle in order to maximize the benefits of the two countries. Kasi yun yung pinaka-outmost concern natin. Bakit tayo parang nandun, magiging probinsya na tayo ng China, ito ba ay tinatawag na mind conditioning to all of us? There must be something on top that somehow controlled us. Yun lang.
Last question na po. May timeline po ba kayo rito sa Quadcom ninyo? Hanggang kailan kayo mag-hearing?
Walang timeline. if the committees feel na we have already exhaustively gathered enough and sufficient information and data, then siguro that's the time. We have to be thorough about this investigation. Ayaw naman natin na na-create ito at wala tayong produkto, no? As you probably all know, ang Kongresong mandato ng Kongreso ay gumawa ng batas, no? At hindi ganoon kadali para sa ganitong klaseng issue na gumawa tayo ng batas. That's why we want to be thorough about this. If this will take several hearings, if there is a necessity also to go around the country to conduct public hearings, why not? And if we feel that sufficient na yan, then there's a time siguro ihinto namin.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Big Simintak from Net25, you're recognized.
Okay, good morning po. Just a quick follow-up lang po. Sa sandaling mag-convene na yung Quadcom, may we know what will happen doon sa mga personalities involved doon sa 4 na committee na na-issuehan ng show cause order at saka warrant of arrest na until now they refuse to show up.
Okay, thank you. No. Anyway, the contempt and the contempt order that was issued to different personalities, and that includes Michael Yang, and that includes Michael Yang, that will be only lifted, of course, if the resolution and the committee report was adopted in the plenary. So automatic lifted yan. But of course, if the presence of all those contempt, cited in contempt by each committee, if their presence is needed and necessary in this Quadcom committee, papatawag ulit namin. So again, if they refuse to attend hearings without valid excuse, therefore, they can be cited again in contempt. But sa committee level po, it will be automatically lifted pag dumating na po sa plenary approval or adoption ng committee report.
Just a clarification lang. Meaning to say, the committee report ng 4 na committee before mag-convene ng Quadcom will be submitted to plenary?
Or not necessarily. Sabi ko kasi kanina, as I've said, there are issues or resolution that concerns parochial. No?
Okay.
So, tuloy-tuloy lang po yun until such time that a committee report will be approved at the committee level and adopted in plenary. While ongoing hearing dito sa Quadcom, if that committee report or data or facts, testimonies is needed to be used in this Quadcom, it can be used. For example lang ganito, yung sa case ni Michael Yang, that's why gusto ko lang dugtungan yung sinabi kanina ng mga kasamaan ko dito with regards to the presence of the President that will be invited by the Quadcom. Now, for example, the person of Michael Yang, alam naman ng public who is Michael Yang, di ba? Until now, he's a fugitive. He's cited in contempt sa committee. Now, alam po natin, lahat ngayon dito, nakaumang doon kay Michael Yang. For example, in my committee, Edith Tayang, etong si Willie Ong, konektado yung kapatid niya, ngayon dito sa Pogo, konektado doon sa, may isa pa, konektado sa Parmali. So, it is only the President, previous administration, or the past President that can answer this. Because nobody can answer with regards to the appointment, so-called appointment of Michael Yang. Di ba? As an economic advisor during that time. Whether that is official, hindi ko nakita yung dokumento, but it was announced in public. And Michael Yang now can't be found. Tapos, itong Michael Yang ngayon, konektado sa lahat. Pogo, drugs. Sa akin, sa committee ko, yung mga Chinese national pretending to be Filipinos, yung mga tao doon, konektado sa kanya. So, who can answer this? I think nobody. Unless until we can catch up with Michael Yang or President Duterte himself. Thank you po.
Your question is, what happens to those people who were cited in contempt by the different committees? It would remain until, as far as our rules are concerned, until the final committee report is presented to the plenary. So, until they present themselves to the committee, if they present themselves to the committee, the contempt order will be lifted. If they will not appear up to the time that the committee report will be submitted to the plenary, it would only be the time na ma-lift din yung contempt nila. Yun po yung kwan. Now, this is a different committee. It's known as the Quad Committee. the committee would follow the rules of the House. I think the rules to be followed by the committee, Quad Committee is already being, shall we say, by the different COMSEC. They're preparing the rules to be followed by this committee already. So we can invite any person we want to, who would be necessary to provide us the necessary information. We can also cite people invited for contempt if they do not appear. Para bang ganun pa rin dun sa committee, different committees dito. Thank you.
Thank you. Let us recognize Elson Quismorio from Manila Bulletin.
Hello, Kongs. Good morning po. On other matters po, just want to take advantage of this opportunity po kasi for Kong Akop, nasa balita po kasi I have to ask this regarding po yung issue on the Vice President's security detail. Based on your experience and knowledge po from your background po sa police force, Kong, ano po ba yung tamang numero ho ng security detail dapat ng Vice President? Kasi parang may variance po kasi. VP Lenny reportedly had only 75 and in the case of VP Sara naman, even after the 75 police escorts were removed, nasa 400 pa daw po. So, just your take po.
You're asking for my
Your assessment,
opinion.
Boss. Yes po.
Being a former member of the Uniformed Service.
Yes, boss.
Yes. Securities or security personnel are provided because of their positions. Di po ba? And security personnel are also provided because of the threat assessment conducted by the authorities concerned. In the case of the Vice President, meron siya talagang official detail. Kailangan because of her position as the Vice President. Now, the number of the personnel which would be assigned to the Vice President would depend on the threat assessment conducted by the appropriate authorities. So kung yung threat assessment ay imminent, mas marami po ang security niya. Yun po. But if we compare yung security detail ni Vice President Robredo to Vice President Duterte, hindi ko po alam yung ano yung threat assessment na meron po silang dalawa.
So it's normal kong to have that kind of variance in number?
Kasi depende dun sa threat assessment niya eh. Whether malaki yung possibility na meron talang pagtatangka sa buhay niya. Ganun po yung aming sinusunod nung ako'y nasa serbisyo eh.
Okay, thank you, Kong. Just one more question. Since the five of you will be working more closely in the coming months, I was just wondering, may tawag po ba kayo sa grupo po ninyo? Especially since I think I can speak for the rest of my colleagues. Kayo po yung pinaka no-nonsense na solons. Kayo po kinakatakutan ng resource persons. Kapag nagagalit nga po kayo, pati po kami nagko-cover, natatakot din po eh. I know kung Barbers likes the term debonair. So.
Hindi, siguro I guess it's now a challenge to the media to coin a term for that. But for us, trabaho lang po, walang personalan. Most of us, ako ay last termer. Si Kong Paduano is also a last termer. So we've been here in Congress ilang rounds na rin. So trabaho lang kasi gusto rin natin talaga na matulungan ang ating bansa, ang ating administrasyon sa ngayon. So, if you're going to ask my honest opinion, wala kaming naisip. Hindi naman pwedeng Spice Boys dahil Old Spice na kami.
That's a deodorant, boss. Thank you po.